am Dr. Kayeni. My research lies in the field of public understanding of facial expressions. What you see are intentional and well-controlled movements of my facial muscles. Depressor anguli oris, buccinator, zygomaticus major, orbicularis oris, procerus. Am I not nice?
When Dr. Kayeni first arrived at the monastery, she handed us a letter from the bishop, which committed us to giving her full access to the eugenics collection. It was obvious from some high-level, strong pressure had been put on the bishop.
These monks did not like me. They tried to trick me. It was obvious. They talked nonsense and played strange games with their eugenic instruments. How childish. And their dogs, sniffing around everywhere and barking anytime somebody moved close to their library.
Veli Janno kantaa jälleen arteellaan suurta koiraa. Taitaa olla jo 10. kierros.
Our monastery library is known as Eredigi Bibliotheki, a heretic library, because it preserves some old manuscripts as well as a large quantity of private documents and various collections of non-orthodox kind. The eugenics collection includes several measuring instruments, precision calipers and squares, as well as forks and angles. These instruments were in fact intended not for precise measuring, but for indicating certain physiological proportions. For example, this protractor was made to show the concave neck. The concave neck was considered to be one of the hallmarks of social idiocy. Many instruments were used together in sets and combinations: strong character and intelligence, moral degradation, and lusty lips. As to our underground library, only our spiritual master possessed a key to it. There are rumours that it contains some unknown Greek philosophy manuscripts from the Lake Mareotis area, and the rolls from the Hague Hammadi Library, which were not burned by accident, but confiscated and classified by the Patriarch of Alexandria as very dangerous knowledge.
All people are equal. but these instruments indicate that they are not. Do I qualify? For what? How humiliating. They have brought so much despair. This pseudoscience must be cancelled, uprooted forever. The monks were hiding something. First time I came here, they tried to scare me away. Unbelievable. A model of infertility and extinction. Horrible. Was something like this studied in universities? Animal-like people among us? How to explain it?
Mulle kyllä kerrottiin tästä kuvasta, mutta en uskonut sitä. Veli Andres, tässähän on sinun kuva. Nämäkö ovat ne vanhat instrumentit? Sims, löysin erittäin mielenkiintoisen artikkelin. Kertoo ihmisen älykkyydestä. One may be strong intellectually and socially idiotic. Tässä kerrotaan, kuinka määritellään ihmisen älykkyys pääkallon muodon mukaan. Ja tässä verrataan ihmisen kasvoja sianpään kanssa. Voiko tätä kaikkea uskoa? Että ihminen on yliopiston professori, mutta sosiaalisesti täysin idiootti. Ihminen ja sika. Mikäs tämä on? Härkä ja mies. Sanotaan, että ei ole väliä ihmisellä ja härjällä, mutta ihmisellä on kuolematon henki. Härjällä ei ole. Ihmisen tunteet on nähdä kasvoista. Härjältä ei ole.
The monk liked hearing himself talk. Who do we have here? A female eugenicist. She has a very intelligent look and kind eyes. British eugenicists in action. Attempts to improve the human race and restore ancient glory. Hellenistic statues seen as ideals. Back to a classical values movement?
Tältä tulisi näyttää todelliset kansanjohtajat. Tämä eugeeninen kokoelma on hyvin mielenkiintoinen, mutta myös vaarallinen. Tätä pitää kyllä tutkia yliopistossa.
So these are two eugenics models that were designed after the Darwinian theories. They were used to teach the youth of the time. They were modeled in a way that showed different facial features and the posture of the body. As we can see on this one, the higher brows and the lighter features show a more intelligent look. The posture is more of the human rather than the proto-human, and showing a friendlier, calmer, more intelligent aspect to the ape-like person. Whereas this one has a much longer jawline, much more fierce, lower brow, showing more or less intelligence. And although the theory would dictate that those that have the higher intelligence would be the more superior of the species, unfortunately we know in this day and age it's usually the more barbaric ones that have the higher positions than the more intelligent ones. That's the way we are.
This face and the shape of the neck look familiar to me. An academic who does not understand how life actually works? Well, there are such in my own university. Is the back of their head concave? What is this? Léon M. Gambetta, the founder of the French Republic. His brain was found to weigh only 40 ounces, whereas a teenager's brain is around 46 ounces, and the average male brain in New York City is 50 ounces. How can this small brain run a big country? Maybe I should give these instruments a try. Can this tool verify godlike masculinity? My hands are shaking. Clumsy instruments. These tools can verify nothing. My eyes and hands feel better. Perfect male. The monks believed I fell in love with their instruments. Let them tell the master about it. The most respected monk in the monastery was the master. It was said that noble Roman blood flows in his veins. The monks tried to identify his lineage. They all failed. Finally, the master challenged me. I had to draw his portrait.
Credo in unum Deum, Patrem omnipotentem, factorem caeli et terrae, visibilium omnium et invisibilium.
Look.
I started with a few strokes, and 15 minutes later, the sketch was ready. His profile was exceptionally impressive. I started to simulate drawing and kept my eyes peeled. Suddenly, a rapid movement occurred in his mind. Again, a powerful impulse. Procerus muscle, near the junction of the nasal bones. This kind of procerus muscle mobility is very rare. I got it. No instrument was needed. Only my peeled eyes. Sulla had a powerful procerus.
Αλλά κατά συμβεβικός, εξ ονομάτων γάρ σύγκειται των δε ονομάτων έκαστον.
In Plutarch's book on Scipio Africanus, the facial movements of the great general, standing on Zama battlefield, are nicely described.
Μαρτυρεί παρέοντας απίνε, θυμόμάχες δε χαλεπών, ότι γάρ αν θέλει ψυχής ονείται. Εις εμεί μύριοι, εάν άριστος ή.
His penetrating look, his sharp mind. Could the master be from the ancient gens Cornelia? Some of the eugenic exhibits were stored in a basement. Bear Monk started to inspect a fantastic armchair. Into the chairback was carved out a proto-human family. From the center, the armrests stretched out, insisting that you are the legacy of your predecessors. I felt sorry for Bear Monk. More eugenic exhibits come out. Natural selection, the struggle for survival. This educational relief underlies physical strength. Strong men uproot huge stumps, the harmony of physical and volitional strength. Broad shoulders, strong arms, and muscular legs in action. The downstairs library, filled to the brim with books, Cordeus Homo, Elucidarium, Neo-Thomism, The Logic of Trinity. Father Daniel guided me upwards with the light. The spines of the books were theology, but inside was something very surprising. A small, unpleasant figure was hidden in the back corner of the bookshelf. Who is he? There were rumors that the bas-relief contained a secret that could only be seen in the dark. There was something very heretical. The master forbade approaching it in the dark. Bear Monk promised to show it to me if I would measure his head again. The stairs, which lead to the upper floor, were steep and broken. In the dark, one sees things differently. Medieval devotional artwork, Gothic sculptures, death. A strange alien head, the face full of horror. Where is the message hidden? Jesus crucified. Good thief and unrepentant thief. Where is the message hidden? The penitent thief triumphs. Strikingly, another man looks like a hero too. With his slim body and tonsure, he looks like a monk or a medieval scholar. His radiant profile was lifted up. Almost a smile was noticeable on his lips. The statue of Mary Magdalene, embracing two crosses. Then, in just a flash of light, a shadow moved behind Mary's statue, embracing the cross of the unrepentant thief. Oh, three warm, compassionate hands. Fine lines on the face. Radiating unconditional love for all beings. Wisdom without compassion is dry. Compassion without wisdom is blind. Encoded symbolism. Cancelled ancient knowledge. What was the crime of that scholarly man? Did he rob somebody's monopoly on truth? For the next morning, Master recommended me a meditative exercise. How to break free from the chains of darkness and reach the light of the one true God. The monks locked me in a tower that had several openings high up. I was told to leave my glasses behind so that I could read with soul. I started to feel dizzy. I sensed different kinds of sweet herbs. The light brightened. Visions began. Time disappeared. I regained consciousness in the afternoon, feeling guilt and emptiness. Only one bright hole was left open at the top of the tower. I want the light back inside me. I stretched my arms upwards, but my fingers could only block the light. Out of this container, out of this body, one true light is calling my soul. My chest and belly rolled up and down. This pure container will perish soon. My soul will meet its maker. Lies. If you want peace, then believe. If you want to be a disciple of truth, you must search. Bear Monk. He wants me to measure his head again. He just misses the human touch. The texts refer to some lost paradigms, but where to find them? Can he help me again? On the third floor, A8. Will he reveal the last code? Like the bishop, he is just a man. This book should be the right one. 324 Era Vulgaris. Emperor Constantine declares Christianity as the only official religion of the Roman Empire. At Didyma, Asia Minor, he sacks the oracle of god Apollo and tortures its pagan priests to death. He also evicts the Gentiles from Mount Athos and destroys all local Hellenic temples. (354) Era Vulgaris. A new edict of Constantius orders the closing of all pagan temples. Some of them are profaned and turned into brothels or gambling rooms. First burning of libraries in various cities of the empire. Executions of pagan priests. A large part of sacred Gentile architecture is turned into lime. 556 Era Vulgaris. Justinianus orders the notorious Inquisitor Amantius to go to Antioch to find, arrest, torture, and exterminate the last Gentiles of the city and burn all the libraries down. (435) Era Vulgaris. A new edict by Theodosius II orders the death penalty for all pagans of the empire. New persecutions start against all the pagan priests of North Africa, who end their lives either crucified or burned alive. 415 Era Vulgaris. In Alexandria, Egypt, the mob, urged by the bishop Cyrillus, attacks a few days before the Judeo-Christian Pasha and hacks to pieces the famous and beautiful philosopher Hypatia. Pieces of her body are paraded by the Christian mob through the streets of Alexandria and are finally burned, together with her books, in a place called Cinaron. Men were burned alive for calling themselves Hellenes. Why? So much hate and fanaticism. I remember visiting some years ago one remote mountain village in Greece. A local priest had become an almighty authority. What a voice this priest had! Terrifying and suggestively dominant.
Μας οδηγεί και φωτίσει τον δρόμο. Όλο το πιστόλι πρέπει να βαδίσουμε εάν θέλουμε να βρούμε τον δρόμο του προορισμού μας. Που είναι ποιος άλλος, αγαπητοί μου, να φύγουμε από τον κόσμο αυτό. Δεν θέλουμε, φεύγουμε. Κάθε μέρα κηδείες. Ποιος νομίζει πως θα μείνει εδώ πέρα? Βρήκε στον προορισμό σου ταλέπορες έξω μακούκε. Κομπορμονείς ότι κάποιος είσαι έχεις αξιώματα. Πόσο? Σε λίγο θα φύγεις. Και σε λίγο θα σε καταργήσει ο θάνατος. Και θα βρεθείς 2 μέτρα κάτω από την γη. Δεν βρήκες τον προορισμό σου. Ψευτοφιλόσοφοι και ψευτοδημοσιογράφοι και ψευτοκαλλιτέχνηδες. Δεν είναι αυτός ο δρόμος που αδείξετε ο σωστός. Δεν οδηγεί στον ουρανό. Γιατί βρίσατε και το Θεό πολλές φορές για να μην σας δημιουργήσουμε και ψυχολογικά προβλήματα. Πώς θα σου πούνε μοραβοί? Και εσείς πατέρες και διδάσκαλοι που διδάσκετε αλότρια πράγματα στην κόλαση να πάτε. Πατεράδες και μανάδες, λέγατε την αλήθεια στα παιδιά σας. Μη διακαθίστε το κόμπλεξ των άλλων ανθρώπων που κολυμπάνε μέσα στην αμαρτία, στην διαφορά και στην απιστία. Πέστε την αλήθεια και η αλήθεια ελευθερώσει μας. Αυτό το λόγο είδε το Ευαγγέλιο, αυτό είπε ο Χριστός, αυτό λένε οι Απόστολοι, τις οποίες κάναμε και το Ευαγγέλιο εμείς. Την παρακαταθήκη, τη μεγάλη σαγγίλα του Θεού και να την κηρύξει παντού στους αυρός. Μάθε, θυμώθε, όταν ακούνε. Καθένας από εμάς, επίσκοπε, εκεί που πάτε τουλάχιστον λέγεται την αλήθεια. Ίσα μικρά μαρατούρια. Σιωπά. Και συμφωνεί. Γύρω στο ματωτέ. Λεπτά βάζεις. Γέμισε ελευθερία που κλεψιμέικα. Των αρχόντων. Που τους εμπιστεύονται λαοί. Και αφρικά τεράστιες περιοχές τα λέγονται. Να σας τα πάρουν. Να σας τα πάρουν και να σας κοροϊδεύουν.
What frenzy! Are these people Hellenes? What happened to the Hellenes? A little owl. At midday,
we have come very close to losing a classical sense of beauty and proportion, and in the absence of that, we are not even conscious of what we are doing to ourselves. Old ideas from eugenics. Their accent was always on beauty, on proportion. These classical models pull out something that is unmatched in all human history. Artistic works which are at once rhetorical, but never propagandistic. We have come to think about beauty as an option. The Greeks knew better. Beauty is a necessity. Its defining characteristic is its restraint, the lack of excess. Nothing is overdone.
Sophocles, long ago, heard it on the Aegean, and it brought into his mind the turbid ebb and flow of human misery. We find also in the sound of thought, hearing it by this distant northern sea. (429). The Parthenon on the Acropolis of Athens is sacked. Athenian pagans are persecuted. 448. Era Vulgaris. Theodosius II orders all non-Christian books burned. 405. John Chrysostom sends his hordes of grey-clad monks armed with clubs and iron bars to destroy the idols in all the cities of Palestine. (529) Era Vulgaris. Emperor Justinianus outlaws the Athenian Philosophical Academy. This network catches everything that flies. Later, in the afternoon, the sweet smell of burning incense reached my senses again. The monks had installed the burner on the altar. One true light was calling my soul again. I sat near fresh air. Hold your ground. Stay sober. So many useless books. Delphic epsilon, Hellenic symbol. Wearing this sign was severely punishable. Why? Era vulgaris. Hordes of fanatics destroying statues, libraries. A higher type had been replaced by a lower one. The classical values have been turned upside down. Violent face, low forehead. The brutal force in action. This type can hack to pieces the fragility of humanity. Not thinking much. Ignited by hate and led by fanatical priests. Useful fool. This warning statue was made for educational purposes. Aristotle, Physiognomics. A given disposition must necessarily follow a given form. Animalistic humans. The negative selection starts. Different attempts to revive Kalos Kagathos. Shaftesbury's characters, men of taste and moderation. New efforts to redesign social hierarchy. Again. They are forging their brains in the dark, echoing rooms. It is recurring again. Destructive impulses boosted in humans. Concealment. Classical excellence turned down again. A private note of Haman. The brutal destruction of statues in Olympia. bear monk. Kind nature. Not like that destructive brute. Friendly eyes, healthy vitality. A classical value system. Lower type, controlled by the higher one. A tragic reversal took place. The whole world was turned upside down. Statues were smashed. Libraries burned. Genuine values devalued. The lower type redefined the context in which we are operating now. This life denial can never win completely. Therefore, it continues to cancel and suffocate. Ressentiment. What does your conscience say? If you want peace, then accept and believe. If you are a disciple of truth, then you must search. I'm scared to dig deeper. These dark, echoing rooms are terrifying. Did the bust turn away from me?